mixed major, Social Studies minor. I suppose you guys want to hear about my qualifications. I'm a big fan of social activism. I spent my summer last year working for Justice and Aging, which is a group that focuses on poverty for people over the age of 65. I will also be working for Dr. Jill Biden and her husband Joe this summer, working for the Biden Foundation, focusing on LGBTQIA coming out assistance. If it feels like I'm going to pass out, it's because I probably am. So I stand before you tonight, and I want to move away from what I actually wrote. I want to tell you guys a story. When I got to this campus, I had no idea who I was. I was a very confused, very sort of not aware of myself individual. I had struggled with the concept of gender identity for a really long time, and I realized about 2 weeks after starting my freshman year that I was trans. And I kind of had a moment of, is my life over? What am I going to do? Do I have to start taking hormones? And I realized there was a community that I fit into, which was the community of trans non-binary people. And then I realized that I had never met someone else like me. And that's when I realized that Con has a fundamental issue. We've been faced with an issue that there aren't enough spaces for students of different identities to come together, to collaborate, to engage in dialogues about what makes up a person's identity. And if we are to proclaim that we are truly an institution committed to diversity, equality, and justice that we say we are, then it's not up to the faculty, which oftentimes falls short of their responsibility, but the student body to uphold that. We all have to acknowledge that this year has been one of the most difficult years in American history. People have felt discouraged from activism because they feel that they can't change anything. Older generations have told us that we can't change anything about the way the economy is, the way people are treated for their identity, and the rights that individuals have. The idea that kids aren't experienced enough to have a voice in politics is wrong, completely wrong. We have seen a rise in incredible student leadership spanning a broad range of issues, from gun violence, fighting transphobia, racism, ableism, and so much more. Amazing students on this campus and across the nation have been trailblazers, fighting for what is good and just. Now it's up to us. It's up to us to uphold the ideas that make this institution a good and safe place for everyone. It's up to us to also help others when they fail in their actions. Over these past few months, I've been hard at work setting up the Queer Sphere, an LGBTQIA common interest housing group designed to support queer students and engage with the rest of the Connecticut college community in outreach and education with regards to aspects of the LGBTQIA identity. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been an uphill battle. The administration has fought back hard, and I've had to go through several sort of workarounds to get where I want to be now. I envisioned a much broader, much more populous community, but the administration has been really limiting in what I can and can't do. So I'm working as hard as I can to sort of reach around, to work with people, to find allies sort of in the faculty that I can really build a connection with, and hopefully this project can grow over the next 3 years. I promise to engage in conversations across the board with leaders of affinity groups as to how we can improve the situation on campus and work with the administration to ensure that issues related to diversity, equity, and inclusion are dealt with appropriately. I pride myself on going to an institution that has been so active in the community of activism, and I hope to keep the fight going for what is right. Our school, as we all know, has fallen short in these past few years. I aim to create safe spaces for affinity groups, as well as working with the administration to encourage discussions of equity and inclusion across the board and across curriculums. This year is a big one. This is the year where we can turn the tide of the current political situation. It is also the year where we can turn the tide at our school. Making change doesn't just come from grants or renovations. Making change comes from students standing up for what we believe in. Change comes from us, from the heart. And I hope that with your support, I can serve as a leader in the community of equity and inclusion. Thank you.